And welcome to Beck's Bug Out Survivor. I'm Bex, and for as long as I can remember, I've always had a roll-up kip mat, ex-surplus, unroll it down on the ground. The last few campouts in a bivvy, especially when it goes below zero, it's not been too comfortable. So I've invested in the Exped Dowm Mat. As you can tell by the name, it's down, it's feathers, goose down, inside an inflatable, and it comes with an inflator bag to pump it up with. Primarily I'm going to use it inside my hammock, but there shouldn't be any problem at all putting that into my bivvy system, which I've done, and it's phenomenal. Now I still use a reflector underneath. On some of the videos when I wanted one of these, I was put off by it was taking too long to inflate, and I didn't know the times of deflation. And if you're like me and you like a bit of wild camp, knowing inflation and deflation times is pretty critical. So if my position's been compromised and I have to move quickly, I just didn't know how long it was going to take to deflate and pack away. But I've been pleasantly surprised. I've also brought a little flask of coffee with me and the hammock as well, so I'm going to show you it on the ground and in the hammock. Now I've got all this specification as well, so it'll take all the guesswork out of it, but I will tell you up front, it's not cheap. I find the cheap things in life rarely work very well. I'm just going to clear the deck. Now this might come into play a little later. I'm going to put this down, it'll give it some protection against the dirt. It's been a wet night. This is the Exped 9 being 9 centimetres, and they'll do 7 centimetres and so on. Now each increase in centimetre in its depth is going to increase the R rating, just how warm it's going to be when you're on top of it. I've gone for the highest I could find with Exped 9. Now when I use down, it's noticeably more expensive than synthetics. They do a version of the Exped which is synthetic, and it's about half the price. But down for me, I've got goose down inside my winter and summer hammock insulation, and I know it's the best there is money can buy. Certainly keeps me warm anyway. So that is what this is full of. There's where the money is. It's the down. And there is a little package in here which is a repair kit. I've not opened it, not read it yet. Exped haven't been generous with the stuff sack at all. The stuff sack itself can be changed. This is its inflation bag, and this is a hammock. I'm going to try it in, and this elastic on my wrist could just go around that. Okay, first things first, I'm going to inflate it. 2 valves, inflation, deflation. On the end of the inflation sack is a housing to put onto this. And I was thinking of purchasing this. Other people didn't really show the inflation time and deflation time, which is what I was really interested in for a stealth or wild camp. So we're going to do this in real time. Connect this to this. Now it's important I use the bag away from the pad, not above it or anywhere else. I want the air to flow in as quick as it can. Now a lot of people will fill the bag full of air, and on this section here we'll start rolling it down like this and expel the air into the pad. But every time you roll this down, unroll it, it's taking more time than I need it to. I'm going to use mine like a piping bag, just grabbing it here and expelling the air thusly. I have done this in 4 bags, so there's no twist here which will block the airflow. I'm going to put an inflation of air breath into the bag. Like you saw, just gather it together like a piping bag. And I reckon 4 of these bags to inflation. We're going to do it in real time. Far off. Last one. There you have it. This is my 4th bag and there's still air. Put the inflation cap on and spin it around. This is the Exped Dowm Mat LW, meaning long, wide. Take my knife off. I'll have a reflector under that, the one with the air bubbles in, and it'll stop maximum radiation from escaping. It'll bounce the reflected heat back into the pad. Now here in the UK we don't have all the snow and some of the cold that other countries in the world will experience, but still I'm a cold sleeper. Why shouldn't I have the warmest kit that's available on the market? Wasn't cheap, about 225 quid. You can shop around, get them for less, but it came with that yellow inflation bag also, which sold separately is somewhere around 30 quid. Wow. My shoulders are on my arms down by my side. It's pretty comfy. Side sleeper like me, the lowest point is going to be my hip here and I'm off the ground. This is why I bring a pillow, because sometimes I'm a side sleeper. I can already obviously feel the heat without a reflector. When I spoke before about I needed this to be a rapid access system for stealth camping, what I didn't want to do was undo the valve and then start pushing all the air out and it take about 5-10 minutes. I need to be gone quicker than that on a stealth camp. So reach behind on the right hand side for me and deflate. That's most of the air out already. So fold it into its pack, goes into thirds and expel the air towards the valve. Then I can start rolling from foot to head. Now this section here has some foam in where I can get some grip and start making my first roll really compact. And at this point I'm always paranoid about popping this with my fingernails. Coming to the end, squeeze the excess. The biggest complaint I've heard on YouTube so far, stuff sack isn't big enough. If you've got the time it is, but I get why they're saying that. They've been really scroogey with the size of the stuff sack. I don't know why, and if I didn't want to use stuff sack I'd use that. I am really mindful of popping this. I don't know what the chances of popping it actually are, but for me, you won't see the stuff sack again. It'll either be folded in halves rather than thirds. and use the inflation bag or the schnozzle bag to house it in. Okay, I'm going to put my hammock up and I want to put it in that because I can get a diagonal lie in this big boy here. Price wise, synthetics are going to be half the value of a down mat, so bear that in mind. I could have gone with a synthetic. I've got goose down insulation for my hammock. I know it's the best quality money can buy when you're buying down. This is called the Exped Dowm Mat 9 long wide, or LW. Its thermal rating is minus 38 degrees Celsius. We're never going to get to that here in the UK, but I'm a cold sleeper. I like being warm. Now that gives an R value of 8, which is high. It's high. I don't know if it's the highest that ground pads can get to, but minus 38 degrees Celsius is more than I need. The actual mat rolled out is coming in at 197 centimetres long by 65 centimetres wide, and it is 9 centimetres in depth. Like I said, it's going to give an R value of 8 or minus 38 degrees Celsius. The weight of it is 1250 grams. Okay, its pack measurement 27 centimetres by 15. Now when you buy it, it's going to come with a 5-year warranty. On the top it has an embossed honeycomb, and that's quite grippy, so it stops your sleeping bag from rolling off. I put mine in a bivvy anyway, so everything is bivvy packs, but in the tent, great, you're not going to roll off. 350 grams of fill, but it's given it a fill power of 750. So a nice addition to this hammock here, which I can get a diagonal lie on, is going to be the Exped 9. On the inside, I have my webbing straps. I want to be as quick as I can. My back is just about to break again. Feel it coming. I'm not in a good place. My old bones. Oh, holy crap, my back is just about to go. At least I'm in a lying down scenario. I'll see with them. Now in days of old, this little mat used to have what I call cardio compression points. You'd have to hand pump a bit of foam like this for about 100 pumps, something like that. Claimed 80, but wasn't. It took about a fortnight to inflate it. Now they've done away with the cardio compression pumps, and you only have an inflation, a deflation, and the inflation bag. So there it is, set up for the diagonal lie. I have the foot sag capability here, obviously at the foot end. Now deflation happens exactly the same in a hammock as though I was on the ground. I reach behind, grab the valve on the right, pull it open and just let my body weight sink it down. And for me, in a hurry, I wouldn't be folding it into thirds, rolling it and getting it in the pack. I can flat pack it. So let's finish up on some thoughts on the actual Exped mat itself. It's certainly warm. I have had it down just to -3, -4. In the UK, especially on the coast where I am, where I have salt air, It gets below 0, but it doesn't freeze. Hardly any snow ever. And I was lovely warm, as where my army roll mat let me down. Now I can't test its claim of going to -38. It's never ever gonna get to that here. But why shouldn't I be warm when I sleep? I just don't want to battle convection, make it through the night and thinking, yeah, I've done it. I want to wake up and think, boy, warm. It's like being in bed under the duvet. That's the kind of warmth I want when I'm out. Its weight 1250 grams. I would carry anything round 1 kilo if it's good and it works and it's quality. So to get a deep winter system into just 50 litres, amazing. And I couldn't do that with either synthetics, and I wouldn't have been able to do that on lesser quality gear. Now you might, because you'll be a warmer sleeper, but for someone who's a cold sleeper, getting a comfortable toasty night's sleep at below 0 in 50 litres, miraculous. And this is part of it, just one part of, I think, a 6-part system for deep winter. And I can't wait to show you that. But right now, I'm going to wrap it up here. So you've seen real-time inflation. You've seen the real-time deflation. And you can see in just 4 bags, rather than rolling it down on the plastics, gather it up like a piping bag and squeeze the air out that way. It's a lot quicker. Now, I didn't just buy this for it to be comfortable. I bought it predominantly just because of its R value. I need a lot of warmth, and this really does provide it. Hasn't let me down. Like I said, I do add a reflector, and you're toasty warm. But for me, that'll do. I'm just about ready for a lie down. Painkillers are now kicking in, and I'm exceedingly tired, and I can feel myself drifting off. I hope I don't wake up in the middle of the night. So I'm going to wrap it up there and leave you with them thoughts. Until next time, take good care of yourself, happy trails, and I'll see you out there.